I'm in the 6th grade. I'm sitting in my seat. The teacher's talking about something I don't care about. And I'm like, okay, let's zone out. And then the janitor walks in and just like talks to my teacher just about something like, hey, I'm going to clean this up. And then she's like, cool. And then I look at my teacher, I was like, is there a thing going on between you two?
You said that?
Yeah, I'm like, should we leave the room? Because I feel like you guys are about to.
How old were you?
However old you are in 6th grade. And then I go up to her desk because I couldn't stop there. I pick up a picture of her son and I said, the janitor kind of looks like him. Welcome to Dropouts, episode 4, the best podcast in the world besides other ones.
Welcome to Dropouts, B-words. I can't say the B-word anymore, according to my mom.
Yeah, her mom got mad at her for...
Actually, it was my grandpa and my dad.
Well, just don't cuss online, okay? Hit me with some intro music, okay? I'm tired of hearing Indy speak.
Why are you wearing a cardigan, Zach?
Because this is my drip, baby.
It's not
This is my grandpa drip. I feel like in the future, fashion is going to turn into what grandpas wear, so I'm trying to get ahead of the curb. Jared, what do you think about my cardigan?
I think it makes you look like a grandpa, so I think you're nailing the look.
Nailing it, just like I nail these women.
I think he's trying something and it's really not working.
No, listen, guys, if you're listening to this on audio, I'm wearing the slickest of cardigans. I spent maybe $4,000 on this because
You got it free from your roommate.
Jared, is this true?
Yeah.
Okay. I did get it free. It is a hand-me-down, okay? But what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a drip right now, and nobody can tell me I'm not. I'm wearing some white flare pants.
Oh, my gosh. I told her later, I was like, oh, you look like a mess right now.
Actually, he said I look like Margot Robbie, so.
I do like this outfit on you.
Thank you.
I know you were mean towards me with my outfit, but I wasn't going to let that get to me because I feel like being a better person is who I am.
You can't be mean to me towards my outfit because you have picked this outfit. So.
Yes, I did pick out this outfit she's wearing right now. Anyway, I want to talk about something pretty serious. Right before this podcast started, I was on the street on the phone call with a friend from back home, a friend from high school, in fact. We have great banter. We're talking. We're shooting the crap, as the kids say. And I see from a distance a wild animal is coming at me at a high rate of speed. And I said, oh, no, this thing is going to attack me, maybe bite me in places I don't want to be bitten. And I say, what do I do? Do I stand my ground? I say, yes, I'm a man. And it gets closer, and I can kind of make out the shape. I was like, oh, this thing is huge.
A squirrel just ran by him. That's the moral of this story. He has a video. It ran by him.
No, it almost attacked me. I have a video.
It didn't almost attack you. You have a video of it running right by you like you're not even there.
Jared, turn on your airdrop.
This squirrel was just going on his daily runs.
No, this thing was attacking me. And I defended myself, as you can see clearly in this video. See, look, it's coming at me. It's coming at me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Almost attacked me there, but I got out of the way at the last second. So that was my encounter with a wild animal. You guys are lucky I'm still alive.
Zach, that was literally just a squirrel running by your feet.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God,
like
you're so dramatic.
Did you see how close he came,
and
though?
he tries to tell me that I overreact and I'm dramatic, and then he comes up with that story.
You might be the most over-dramatic
Watch
person
your mouth,
I've
Zach,
ever met.
Watch your mouth.
In my absolute entire life.
I'm not over-dramatic, or I do not overreact at all.
I don't think it's like a bad overreaction. I just think sometimes you get loud.
I think men in general just think women overreact.
Did you just generalize men?
I did just
Whoa!
Sexism!
Whoa!
Sorry.
Sexism!
Okay.
Straight out of the podcast.
Okay, maybe the men that I know.
Okay, who do you know?
Think
Wait, you talking about me?
your boy. I think
She just.
that hits guys when you call them boys instead of men. That hits them.
I'm a man.
Wait, okay. So you were talking about the squirrel.
Yes. Oh.
Story, right?
Oh my goodness, so scary.
Have you guys actually had a near-death experience?
Ooh.
Sorry for that falsetto.
I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, cool.
Well, I know, Indy, you told the story when you were like in the airport with like the terrorist
Oh,
threat.
shit.
There's that.
Yeah, so kind of, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Zach, have you ever had like a real near-death experience?
Yeah. It was the summer of 2016. I was on a boat.
He says I'm dramatic. Can you just explain?
I was on a boat by myself.
Or not.
I was trying to get fish for my family. We hadn't eaten in weeks. And I said, Mama, your baby boy gonna go out there and get some fish.
Hey, Jared, what about you? You ever had a near-death experience?
Can you guys listen to my fish story?
No,
okay?
It literally sucks already.
Zach, just continue with your stupid fish story.
Thank you so much. I'm on this boat, 50
You wonder why I get bored.
50 yard high waves. I don't know if that's how you measure waves, but they were high in the air, and I'm sloshing down. I see one fish in the ocean because all of them are scared from the waves, and I dive under, and I'm done with the story too. I got the fish for the family, okay, and I almost died. And I beat up a shark.
Where did you almost die?
The shark almost bit me.
Where did the shark come from?
He was in the ocean. Dude, I don't know what's going on.
Anyway, okay. I've had a near-death
Oh, I'd like to hear this.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
I'd like to see, what, did you almost OD on whole milk?
She's
Jared, you need to cut down on the whole milk, okay? I'm
He's
not
gotten better. He only drinks almond milk now.
I do.
by the gallon.
Shut up. Anyway, there's one time, so I was at this like little summer camp, and it was like it's in North Carolina in like the little mountains.
Yeah.
And so it was dark at night. I was walking back to
Is there a bear in this story?
There's not a bear. I wish there was a bear.
That would have been cool. Jare Bear.
Way to ruin the story. Just like, hey, are there cool things in this story? Just let us know if there are.
There's not? All right.
All right,
Anyway,
I'll
next
check
topic.
out.
All right, well, we're going to text. Tell your story, though.
Anyway, I was crossing the street, right? Going back to my little cabin, whatever thing. And all of a sudden, there's this car that was coming up, and it didn't have its headlights on. There were no street lights or anything.
Didn't see it?
I didn't see it. I had my headphones in. And all of a sudden, like, I feel something grab I was wearing a backpack, grab the straps of my backpack and, like, pull me back and yank me off my feet and, like, onto my ass. And the car speeds by.
I can already tell he's going to say nothing was there and he thinks it's a spirit, but go on.
Are you serious?
No, I'm dead serious. Okay,
Jared,
Zach, you had to ruin the
actually
story.
Jared, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Like, on my life, like, yanked me off of my feet. And, like, the car zoomed by. It was going, like, 30 or, like, 40.
It was probably just Counselor Tom and some camo, and you couldn't see him when he turned around.
Wait, pause. What?
I'm dead serious.
That's one of the craziest stories I think I've ever heard, Jared. That's actually insane.
Okay.
You ever not heard of Transformers?
Listen.
That's a pretty crazy story.
Zach, listen to his story. This is cool, and you ruin it.
That was my
that's
near-death
crazy.
experience.
Why do you think you were spared in that moment? What is your purpose? To edit this podcast?
That just made me sad.
Well, I apologize.
I mean, I don't think I was spared for anything super special, but I think
that's a lie, Jared. You have a lot to offer in this world.
People are like,
appreciate that.
we'll have way too much whole milk. It'll mess up the economy if he dies.
Honestly, I mean, my calling's always been music, so I think I'm meant to do something.
Interesting how you've never put out a song, though.
Interesting how he has a new one coming out very soon.
See, that's a segue.
Indeed, that's a great segue.
See, I brought it down as like a funny way so you could introduce your new song coming out.
But I did it. So go ahead, Jared.
Thank you,
Take the reins
Indy.
here, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to do a shameless plug right now. If you're listening to this, I've got a new song. It's my debut single. It's called Lose You To. It's with this artist that I found on Instagram. Her name is Emerson. She's from the UK. She's amazing. If you guys like electronic pop, or
if you like songs like this,
that's
that's what it kind of sounds like.
exactly what it sounds like, Zach.
I know.
Wow. He should be.
Well, get ready, pre-save it, and wait for it to come out because it's going to be the best song of all time.
Well, by the time this podcast comes
It'll be out.
it's out.
It's
So
out. It's out
coming
now. I love listening to it.
I guess technically when you're hearing this, it came out Friday, July 10th.
There you go.
So it's available everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube.
It's available at my house. If you
Google
come over,
Play.
I'll play it on an old stereo for you, and I'll sit down while you listen to it and watch you.
By the way, real quick, do you know what I was just thinking? I have had a near-death experience.
Thank you so much. Let's hear it.
Happened
Let's
the
hear
other
this.
day.
Over to Indy.
Recent.
Recently, I was cleaning, snapped my acrylic in half.
Okay.
Blood pouring out of my finger.
I thought this was going to be
Throbbing
serious.
pain.
I thought so too. I thought she was going to be like,
I was
oh
in
my-
throbbing pain, and if anyone that wears fake nails or acrylics is listening to this podcast right now, you know the feeling of snapping your acrylic. Think of the worst acrylic break you could ever freaking do. And what did Zach do? Nothing.
No, I came in there and I soothed you.
And
I was
you
like,
sat there and you said, "There's nothing. I don't know what you want me to do. There's nothing I can do."
I feel like I was very sweet about it. I was like, oh my gosh, you might die here, but
Actually,
I'm
there
here
was
for
a
you.
lot of blood pouring out of my finger. It was.
I looked out the window. I saw like vampires in the distance, like kind of sniffing around, like, yo, it kind of smells something, dude. Like, it's not
Wait.
like a lot for me to detect.
Do you want to see a
at.
video?
Wait, there's blood? I thought you
ripped
just
my nail
broke
off.
a nail. Like,
No,
it
she ripped
off
like
a real
half of
nail?
her real nail. It was actually pretty gnarly.
Do you want to see?
Ah! Ew!
Oh, there's so much blood
I
for
know.
a nail.
I ripped off my actual nail.
Oh,
Happens.
that's gross.
Hey, yeah.
I got a bloody nose once. It was pretty tragic, if you guys want to talk about it. And I bit my lip one time. Also blood. Nobody seems to want to talk about that. It's just Indy's nail. Okay, so 4th of July happened
4th of
semi-recently.
July.
And a lot of things went down that night.
Real quick before we
talk about 4th of July, let's just say that Jared went home without any shoes on and still doesn't have his shoes from that night.
Still doesn't have those shoes.
Your imagination can do the rest for how his night went and what he put into his body. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
It was a rough night.
We were hanging out with Indy, some friends, and randomly Indy's like, Zach, I need you to take me to McDonald's. And I said,
hey, it wasn't randomly. No, it was pretty random.
Okay, so we're driving to McDonald's, and then
this was I'm reliving this story as you're saying it. Great night. Very perks of
being a wallflower.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we're driving. She gets her. First off, we're in line, and she's like, "I'll take 10 McNuggets, please."
Didn't even eat them.
And then we pull up a little more. She's like, Zach, I just wanted 6 McNuggets. There's no way I can eat 10. And I said, well, you don't have to eat the other 4th. She's like, oh, they're just gonna go to waste. So the chickens died for nothing. And I was like, no, just like I might have one. She's like, you don't. No, I'm gonna ask him for only 6. I said, please don't, because I hate disrupting service industry people because they already hate their jobs.
I had this full-on conversation. I had like a meltdown. I was like, 10 nuggets is too many. I only want 6. Like I had a full-on
I was going to force her to eat 4 more nuggets. Okay, and then we leave. She's chomping down on her nuggets. And then we see...
I was actually eating an ice cream. My hot fudge sundae. Get your facts right.
I apologize. For not including that. Can we get back to the important part of the story?
Go ahead.
So we're going down the street. We see these giant fireworks. And he's like, look over there. I'm like, that's cool. So we pull into a parking lot to watch them. And people are on the top of a Target shooting giant fireworks into cars.
Into cars
that are driving past. So it's like, you see a car go by, doosh, boom.
At cars.
Indy and I are like, well, that can't be good.
That can't be good. But we just kind of went on a little bit of a spontaneous drive at 2 a.m. to go get McNuggets. But we drove by it with my roof has a sunroof in it. So we opened the roof, open. They could have shot a firework into our car.
We were right in their line of fire.
But for some reason they said
Tokyo drifted that thing. I said, boom.
No, you didn't.
And I saved Indy. The thing was coming right at her head. And I think I hit it with my hand almost, if you remember correctly.
Why does he make everything? I just told him to take a right into the Petco parking lot so we could watch.
Anyway, and then on the way home, Indy's like, I can't eat my ice cream while driving. And she's not even driving. I'm driving. So we have to pull into this CVS parking lot.
Because I spilt it.
Oh, yeah. She spilt her ice cream everywhere. So we pull into the CVS parking lot. And then she gets out. She's like, I got to do some cartwheels right now. And I said, can we just go home? Everyone's there. And we stayed there for probably 30 minutes while I
was just doing cartwheels,
practiced
eating my
her
ice cream.
cartwheels.
I had a good time.
Almost nothing has happened in the story besides the fireworks, but it's been a wild ride.
It has been a wild ride.
Wait, we're not even done yet.
We're not even done.
Hold on. I want to send you the cartwheels.
We saw the dudes get caught too. We were watching them.
Oh yeah, the cops rolled up.
Yeah, we were watching them shoot fireworks off of the Target parking lot roof. 2 people, and then we just see them book it. We're watching them, we just see them book it, and we're like, ooh, what happened there?
So she's like, pull into the parking lot. I want to do cartwheels. And then I had to just watch her do cartwheels. Can you please just get back in the car? All I want to do is get McDonald's. She said, stop in the parking lot. I want to do flips. And that's about how most nights go.
I was vibing. So anyway, on our drive back home, we're putting on some nice country music. We're vibing. And I was like, you know what I've always wanted to do, but have never done, is stick my head out of my sunroof. Just stand up there and just vibe.
So another 20 minutes, I'm driving around.
He's driving around my neighborhood.
Empty lots. And then she's just standing outside of her car this is fun. And I have to hold her. I have to hold her leg because I feel like she's gonna keep falling out. She'll sway oh, here I go. And I said, no, you're gonna stay right here. You're not gonna fall out. But
the story makes it sound like I'm drunk and I'm not.
She's not drunk. She's just
crazy.
Crazy.
Also very sleep deprived.
Oh, can you show that clip of Perks of Wallflower? And then so that kind of shows what she was doing.
In her defense, though, that's a teenage coming of age moment that everybody has to have.
I've never had it, and I had it.
I feel like we were in a movie.
It was very movie-like. But so anyway, this is where the story starts to get interesting.
Oh, there's more. I keep forgetting there's more to the story.
There's more to the story. So Zach and I are pulling up. All of our friends are outside because some are leaving, some are coming back to it. Hunter and Brandon Roland are my neighbors. They literally live in the building next door to me. And we're hanging out with them for a little bit on July 4th. And they were coming over or leaving. I don't know. We're all kind of at this. Hello? We're all at the one meetup spot. I open my garage. We're chilling in my garage for just a little bit before everybody leaves. And super aggressively, this Lexus pulls up outside of my building, beeps the horn like 3 times, and starts going off on us, but in a language we don't understand.
All I can make out is this guy like starts screaming out. He's like, "I've got a gun! And I'm coming in there right now!"
We're like, "Ah! Okay." I'm like, get inside. I turn into full mom mode. Like, I go, like, Kyla, get inside. Fiona, get inside. Zach's like, everybody inside, like, now. And like, I close the door.
Don't say it like I was like a little sissy boy. That's not how it went down. I was like, "Yo, everybody get inside." My guy might start popping caps. But anyway.
Either way, I went into full mom panic mode, and I was just like, everybody get inside, lock the doors, get upstairs. We got to make sure the house is secure.
She also became Italian for some reason.
I am Italian.
I know, but like your voice.
Oh.
Or Jersey.
Jersey. Let me go get some coffee. Anyway. Wow, my ADHD is in full effect today. Anyway. Basically, we're trying to like figure out if we call the cops or not. We're like, maybe he's just some drunk guy. Maybe he's not. Like, what do we do here? We decide to call the cops. It takes 911 2 minutes to pick up my call. Like, not even like, hey, you
It's
good?
4th of July, though. They're busy.
What if I was being killed? What if somebody was breaking into my home?
This podcast would be a lot better with just me.
Either way, 2 minutes for them to pick up my call. Then they go, yeah, I mean, we can send officers out there, I guess. Like, what makes you believe he has a gun?
Well, he said it.
He did say.
And then he shouted. My theory is he's just a drunk guy and he thought he was like at his ex-girlfriend's house or something and he was like really mad. Because I think he was just out of his mind.
Every time I see a black sedan Lexus, though, now, I do panic a little bit. Like, it brings me back of my panic.
But remember when I went downstairs, like the valiant hero, I was like...
I was so mad at you guys for doing that, though. I was so angry.
Oh, I just want to see if he was still there.
They wanted to see if he was still there. Like, after a good 30 minutes, they went downstairs to go view it. And I was like, bring the knife or pepper spray or something. And they're like, nah.
You know what I brought? A good attitude. Because I knew if he came at me, I'd smile and hug him and tell him that life's going to be okay.
You guys, I mean, we checked twice to see if he was still there. And the first time
he was, and it scared me.
First time he was still there.
Because I went out to go,
after like 5 minutes.
I didn't have my sweater on because I was getting hot. So I took off my sweater and I just had it next to my car. But I wanted to get my sweater back. It was my dad's sweater. So I wanted it back. And so I went outside and he was still there. But I don't know what he was saying, but it sounded creepy. It was almost like I'm waiting for you.
But it also sounded slurred, which made me think that he was
a rapper?
Drunk.
What? Oh, drunk. Yeah, so we're almost in a horror movie. So technically what we're trying to say is nothing happened, but things almost happened.
I'd say a thriller. That wasn't horror.
Okay, a thriller.
Very, very thrilling, though. Our 4th of July was pretty entertaining for somebody that didn't do anything. Like, we didn't do anything.
We vibes until someone tried to out-vibe us.
He out-vibed us.
That's life. He did out-vibe us. He had a better night than us.
He had a way better night than us.
Speaking of, like, movie moments like that happen in life, you know, Perks of a Wallflower is such
great
a
movie.
Great movie. I watched it for the first time the other day with you guys.
We like to do movie nights once a week. It's usually me picking the movies.
Zach's favorite thing is seeing people react to his favorite movies.
Oh, yeah. My favorite movie, About Time. I love stories, romantic stories. I think it's because I want that in my life, but I haven't experienced it yet. So I vicariously live it through movies.
Ooh.
See, that hits home because you see like a great relationship in a movie and it's just like you want that so bad. And then you look at your real life, and it's just like,
that's too much time and effort.
I think I like
way too much time.
I think I like romantic movies just because I don't know, it's a fantasy. Like you live in a fantasy because I don't believe in picture perfect relationships. I don't think it's a thing.
Well, yeah, there's no such thing. I don't think it's like a picture perfect relationship.
Meaning I don't know.
I was gonna ask if you guys believe in soulmates.
No, I don't believe in soulmates.
Actually, I take that back. I believe there's
okay. I think
maybe.
There's a difference between soulmates and like the concept of the one, right?
Yeah.
Of like, I personally think, I don't know if there's necessarily a one. I think you pick, I think you have multiple soulmates and you pick a soulmate to like sometimes spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah. I just wouldn't phrase it like soulmate because I don't think anything's like predetermined. I would phrase it like there are probably 10,000 people on this earth that you are really compatible with. And then from that point on, it just depends on the person that puts in the most effort.
Gotta make it all into logic, don't you, Zach?
But doesn't it kind of make sense though?
It does make sense. I think because it's like love and emotions and whatnot, stuff that isn't logical, it's kind of hard to like
qualify
it into that category.
Yeah, I mean, because like sometimes.
Do you guys believe in marriage?
Do I believe it exists? I've seen it twice. I've seen it a few times.
No,
Shout out, Mom. Been to a few of your weddings. Just joking, Mom.
I'm saying, do you believe in the concept of marriage? Like, do you believe in that?
I mean, yeah, but also I think a lot of people get married for the wrong reasons.
I don't know if I do.
I don't really. Like it doesn't mean anything to be married to someone. Like it'd be cool to have like a life partner. I do want to have a marriage though, because I think that's like such a special moment for everyone's families to get together.
Wedding?
Or wedding, sorry. I want to have a wedding just because like
people say I'm dumb.
Yeah. Anyway, I want a wedding because that's like a time for like all families to get together. It's like a really special moment for not just me, but for my family. Because like I couldn't take that away from like my mom and things like that. Like she wants to see that, even if you don't like believe like
maybe a wedding, but I don't know if I'd make it legal. Like,
I don't care about that at all.
Like the same.
I just think that's smarter. I
feel like you get tax breaks if you're married, right?
You do. But if you guys want to like one day in the future separate because you guys just either fall out of love, something happens, whatever.
Oh, Indy's like, there's no chance that this will go forever. So I figured we just won't legally get married and then we can divorce in about 5 years. Yeah.
It's like the same reason like when people sign like prenups and stuff like that. It's like all that stuff like finances and stuff. It just
prenup is smart. Prenup is smart.
Prenup is really smart.
I'll be signing a fat prenup.
I don't care if I sign any papers, but I think I just want to have a wedding and a life partner. That's all I got to say. Okay.
One of the questions someone submitted was like, do you believe in the right person, wrong time?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think so?
1,000,000%.
Yeah, of course.
I've been in relationships where it's right person, wrong timing. 100%.
I don't know if I've been in that, but I do believe in it.
Okay, so if you believe in right person, wrong time, do you think that person comes back to you at some point in time?
I think sometimes. I think if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Nothing or no one or nothing can like stand in the way of like you two being together. If like you guys are truly meant to be together, then you will be together. It's just the way it works.
I don't believe that.
I believe that.
Well, that's because you don't believe in like predestination.
Because there's no such thing.
He gets me so mad about this stuff because we're on another level with that type of stuff. Like we very much believe in, you know, spiritual things, predestination, all those things. And Zach just shuts us down every time we talk about it.
I don't shut us down. I'm just trying to voice my opinion like you guys are voicing yours, but it seems like I get shut down.
You don't get shut. No.
You never get shut down. We respect your opinion, but respect ours.
No.
Period. See what I mean?
Anyway, what are you talking about, Jared?
I was going to ask, what's the worst mistake you've made?
Like an actual like physical error or like an emotional error? Does that make sense?
Either one. Maybe not mistake, but like what's like one of the dumbest things you've ever done that makes you think like, what was I thinking in that moment?
I need a second to think. Jared, editing. Cut out my thinking.
Like for me, I was in 8th grade and I got suspended for making a flamethrower on campus.
What the hell, Jared?
Because, okay.
You made a flamethrower?
Yeah.
You made one?
Yeah.
That's kind of baller.
I was in 8th grade physical science class, and my teacher showed us a video.
I want to get physical with you, Jared, in science class. Go on.
Zach, I hate you. He showed us a video on YouTube about how to make a homemade flamethrower, and me, the little 13-year-old pyromaniac
that drinks milk a lot.
I was a little bit of a pyromaniac for a second there.
I think everyone has that phase.
A little bit of a phase.
Fire's fascinating.
It's so fascinating. I think I was honestly in like 8th grade too, because I remember it. Wow. All right. Go ahead.
It's the deviant age. But I was like, dude, I want to make a flamethrower. It's not that hard. Basically, you just need flammable.
Hey, let's not tell people what you need.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get together with like a friend and I go to make the flamethrower.
You get together with yourself in a mirror, but I hear you. A friend, Jared?
It was a friend.
Okay.
He had friends.
Anyway, we're doing it on school campus and so we go out and like we think we're away from all the classrooms, but there's like a big group of friends that are watching us, and so we start shooting it off, the two of us.
It's working?
It's working.
What the hell?
It's working big time. Like it's a big flame too.
What the hell, Jared?
And so like our group of friends starts like screaming and cheering. They're like, ah, whatever. And they make so much noise that a teacher that had stayed after, and this was like 2 hours after school was let out. So I was surprised anyone was there. But she like looks out the window to tell us to shut up and looks out and sees a flame that's like this big shooting. She's like, what the hell? She's like, I'm calling security.
Did you take on security with your flamethrower?
That would have been dope.
Oh, man.
Here's the twist, right?
I've been waiting for this twist.
I was best friends with the security guard's kid. And so the security guard comes and he's like walking us up to the office, and he's legitimately telling us everything to say to get out of trouble.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's nice.
That is nice.
We should send him a care package.
We should, honestly, because you know why?
With one of Elon Musk's flamethrowers.
Oh, that would be iconic.
That would be.
I go to the principal's office and like we're sitting. Oh, I'm just sitting there. And the principal walks in and he sits down and he goes, you know, I could have you arrested for this, right? And I was like,
you're like, that's kind of kinky.
Basically made and like used a deadly weapon on campus. And I was like, that's not sick.
That's not sick. But I'm sure you didn't think of it that way. That's not how you thought of it at the time.
No, I thought I was doing a science experiment. I was like,
Yeah,
I felt
So
like,
technically,
yeah.
whose fault is it?
Yeah. You're just
Yeah.
you're trying to be like Bill Nye.
But here's the thing. I played football with the principal's son. And so he knew me super well. I was well connected at this school.
You were well connected.
And he's like, I know you're a good kid. I know, like, I explained to him the whole science thing. And he's like, I know it's just like, you thought it was an experiment and whatnot. He's like, I do still have to punish you.
Pull down those pants, big boy.
He's like, I'm not going to expel you, but I'm going to suspend you. And there were 5 levels of suspension. He gave me level 5. And he was like, we don't do at-home suspensions anymore. You have to be sent to the school. It's called A to S, alternative to suspension. That's where like the worst of Cincinnati public school kids go, and they wouldn't accept me because my level was too high.
Wow, you're a bad boy.
What?
And so the principal legitimately had to lower my level to a level 3 before they would take me. And then, so then I go
Imagine walking in there. What'd you do? Made a flamethrower.
That's where the story
I want to hear this story.
I go into the school. First of all, it's like walking through TSA when you go there. They check your bag, and then they run it through.
How long was your suspension, by the way?
It was only 2 weeks, which was not that bad. But they check your bag, and they run it through a metal detector. They pat you down, and like you have to take off your shoes and everything. And then they like wand you up and down. And then, so then I get there and you're like, it's like split into classrooms and stuff like that. And basically you just bring work from school, you know, but lunchtime comes and I go and I sit in the back table. I'm sitting alone and like all of these kids come up and they're like, you're new here. And I was like, yeah, it's my first day.
Oh, shit.
And they're like, it's like a big crowd of them. And they're like, what'd you do? And I said, I made a flamethrower. And they go, yo!
That is so sick. If you're going to go to suspension, if you're going to go to one of those schools and get in trouble, that is the way to do it. Don't be stupid and go do drugs. Don't get into a fight. Make a mother freaking flamethrower. Hey, don't do that. But like,
don't do that. But if you have
that
to.
was so cool. I bet you were sitting there probably feeling like the shit.
They flipped out because everyone's in there for fighting, you know? And so and I was in there with my friend and they go, yo, from now on, you flame. They point at me, you flame and you throw her.
That's a cool name.
You flame and you throw. That's actually so fire. I love that.
For the next
So
2
what?
weeks, I was flame.
I like that. I never got any detentions or I never really got in trouble at school. I got my way especially when I came to America for the first time. 8th grade, I went to a school with my best friend Brighton. Yes, her. I was a very, what's the word? Aggressive and intense student, more so than I am right now. And that's saying a lot.
Saying so much.
I ran that school. Dress code, not a thing for me. I wore whatever I want. And what did they say? They used to be like, Indiana, like, that's not really uniform. That's not really dress code. And I was just like, yeah, I know. They're like, it's okay. It's fine. Just don't tell anyone. I won't dress code you. Every single day, right? It was a running joke. 2 years, every single day, did not go in my uniform, right? But my biggest achievement at this school, girls were not allowed to wear leggings or yoga pants, specifically because it was distracting for the boys. They used to tell, like the principal and the vice principal told me it was distracting for the boys. I got so pissed, I started a petition. I wore yoga pants to school every single day and got the rule changed. So
you changed the world, Indy.
I did.
Wow.
I did.
That's impressive.
Have I talked?
Yeah, no, I literally went around to the school, got a lot of guy signatures and a lot of girl signatures. But I didn't care why. I was just like, this is not fair that you guys are like not allowing. I was like, what if a guy showed up in leggings? What would you say to them? You gonna dress code them for wearing them? And they're like, well, no, it's a little different. I said, how is it different? Are you listening to yourself?
I feel like that would be way worse if a guy showed up in leggings.
Just got that pepperoni piece popping out. Everybody's like, whoa, what's that? Have I talked about the time like I got in trouble with my teacher before? I don't know if I talked about that before. I'm in the 6th grade. I'm sitting in my seat. The teacher's talking about something I don't care about. And I'm like, okay, let's zone out. And then the janitor walks in and just like talks to my teacher just about something like, hey, I'm going to clean this up. And then she's like, cool. And then I look at my teacher, I was like, is there a thing going on between you two?
You said that?
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like some kind of tension. Like,
you said that?
Yeah, I literally said, I was like, should we leave the room because I feel like you guys are about to. And then she's like, oh, what are you doing?
How old were you?
However old you are in 6th grade. And then I go up to her desk because I couldn't stop there. I pick up a picture of her son and I said, the janitor kind of looks like him. Needless to say, I got written up and my mom was not happy.
That's so baller.
I had to write a letter.
You guys had cool stories at school. I didn't. I was a goody two shoes. I wasn't. I used to like do things, but just get away with it. Like nobody would say anything about it. They used to either be like, oh, that's just Indiana. Oh, she's just Australian.
What's something you wish they taught in school, but like they never did?
I wish they taught like taxes, like finances, like
facts,
like how to do your tax. Like I wish they taught you real life things, how to do your taxes, how to like get a loan,
how to approach a baddie when you're at a club. Okay, what am I supposed to say? Hey, be interested in me.
Do you know
please?
What I wish they taught you in school? How to respect other people's like opinions and thoughts. And like I wish they taught you to be more open-minded and like they taught you things that you actually need. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm never going to use Algebra 2 in my life.
No, I used Algebra 2 this morning.
Anything past, I can't remember exactly
like
what
7th
Algebra
grade
2
you don't
was.
use.
You guys don't use the quadratic formula right when you wake up? News to me. Keep going. Gotta rethink some things.
I wish I learned like from like elementary school or like even preschool. Like I wish they would teach a second language, especially in the US. I know like around the world. Like
they do it. They do teach a second language, but from too late and nobody cares.
You're in 7th grade starting Spanish. It's like your brain is like, it's not fully developed, but like the language part is like pretty developed.
I'd hope you could string a sentence together, Jared. Like, hey, can I have some more whole milk, please?
You know what I wish they would have taught us that I just learned because of TikTok? That the pads that girls wear stick to their underwear.
How did you not know this? I had to, Jared, did you not know that either?
No, I thought.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I was having a conversation with Zach and we were doing this TikTok. I don't know how we got onto the topic. And he was just like, I was like, wait, Zach, where do you think the pad goes? Like, he was like, what do you mean?
Like, yeah, I thought it was just like,
I
was like,
you put it on like a sticker, go about your day.
I was like, Zach, how do you think we use the bathroom?
I never thought about it that much. I thought you like unpeel the sticker, you urinate, as the kids say, and then you pop that thing right back on.
I can't believe guys really think that that's what it is. There's a sticky tab underneath it that just sticks to your underwear.
Okay, how am I supposed to know that? I didn't get taught
how
that
would
in
you
school.
Not know
like
that?
We should have been.
Yeah, why'd they not teach that in health?
Yeah.
They did. You remember when you guys used to be, it was like, well, this happened to me in 6th grade. The boys and the girls got separated.
We did that too, except for they separated the boys and the girls and only told the girls about sex and then never told any of the boys.
What?
They didn't tell us.
What?
Yeah, they only told the girls, which I thought was really weird.
What?
Everybody's like, because all the girls came back, they're like, we learned how everything works, and it's not good. And then we're like, yeah, what do you mean? What'd you figure out? No way. Not a chance that happens. Not a chance.
No, we had sex ed, but we also had like separate, like how women go through puberty and how like men go through puberty. Like we had those in separate classes, and then at the end, like that was like half and half, and then we came together the next day to have sex ed. And I remember like sitting there, but like I've been knowing everything. Like by the time you have this class, you should pretty much know already. But I remember like sitting there and nobody could keep a straight face.
That sounds like how like health should be taught, you know. It's like inform the boys on like their specifics, inform the girls on.
But
that, and then,
I
like,
also think it. I think it should be taught together.
Well,
I think
think it should be taught together.
You know what I mean? Like I think it should be like women's body changes are so they're not as normal as men's. Like in society, within society, like a woman can get her period. Like we go through just as many changes, yet they're not accepted in society. And I think it's so, like, it gets me so angry on a daily basis. It really does. But like, I don't know, like I literally like explained to half my class, like so much about women.
My health class was a joke. Our final exam was to watch Mean Girls.
Oh, I would have aced that.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan.
Why was that your
B?
What?
Because the teacher was 25 and like a year out of college and didn't care.
I like that. She's got a vibe to her.
That.
Those were the best. The classes where the teacher didn't care because it gave you a break during the day.
My Spanish teacher was like that. Like he gave up on teaching me at that point. Like he gave up. I was so bad at Spanish. I failed 3 times to the point where he had to give me an incomplete or he was going to bring down the grade point average of the class. That's how bad I failed. Like couldn't tell you a single thing.
Hola.
He just ended up passing me because I was just like, if you fail me, you're going to have me again.
My history
Just
teacher would be like,
that.
who's ready to watch National Treasure again? We've watched it twice this week. Like we just stayed watching National Treasure like that was going to teach us everything we need to know in history.
Okay, dude. If it was
history
American
class was my
history,
favorite.
you got it covered.
No, he's like, let's talk about the Germans in the war. Throw a National Treasure. I was like, okay, let's watch this one again. You need everything you need to know about Hitler. National Treasure.
My history class was probably the most fun I've ever had, maybe in education ever. My history teacher was so invested. He used to come dressed up. We used to get to make like different foods from different cultures. Like we learned so much about history, and he used to do these lectures, but he used to get so invested in it and like walk on top of the desks in the classroom. And he had this pet, like he had a bunny in class. His name was Rufus. It was a girl though, but he used to say he was transgender. So
can I say something about women really quick? This whole time it's been
we just stare at each other like, oh God.
This whole time it's been his story, history. I'm ready for her story. Take my hand.
That was stupid.
I saw that on
I finally have a use for this.
I saw that on a meme like 10 years ago, and I thought it was pretty good.
But it's not her story yet. It's just not. And it's so upsetting.
Thought the joke would land better.
See, I wish I learned Spanish or like another foreign language. My school, like my high school, made me take 4 years of Latin.
What is that gonna do?
That's what I'm saying.
Like that does nothing for you.
They prided themselves on like being a classical education school, and they're like, Latin's the language of the educated and whatnot. And I was like,
who the hell speaks Latin?
The Pope. That's
are we
about it.
recording again?
All right, you guys want to do some questions?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, let's do some questions.
Jared's
Jared.
so pissed at us right now. He said,
We were just fighting
You guys wanna do some
off camera, and then Jared is going to edit together where it seems like we're all happy again.
All right, let's get into some questions. I want to start off with this one. I think it's funny. If y'all were any type of cereal, what kind of cereal would you be?
I think we should have
Frosted
to.
Flakes.
I think we just have to say it for each other.
Oh,
That's
okay.
kind of
That's
interesting.
Ready?
more fun. Okay, what kind of cereal would I be?
Raisin Brand.
What?
Zach, you
I
should
am
be
not Raisin Brand.
offended.
No, I am.
Oatmeal. Okay, no, for real. You would be
I know exactly what I am.
Crispix.
No one
She's
knows what
giving
that
you
is.
the most
Bland.
bland old person. You know what? It's the cardigan. That's what's
Yeah, I'm
doing it.
talking
It's
about
throwing her off.
Right now, I'm saying right now. If
No,
I
I'm
was-
saying in life.
Oh,
what
in life.
cereal
In
am
life?
Yeah, in life. What
Not-
kind of question is it right now? Who cares about right now?
I? I'm so offended right now. Please call me a good cereal. You honestly think oatmeal?
Rice Krispie treat.
Why? For what reason? What brought you to that logic?
Because
I
actually,
snap,
do you want to
crackle,
know?
pop, what?
Yeah, you do snap, crackle, and pop. You're like a very difficult person to read, and they're very like neutral, right? But every now and then, they snap, crackle, and pop, just like you and your jokes.
Stop. You're making me blush.
What would I be?
You'd be a half-boiled egg in a bowl of milk. Jared's just a bowl of milk, no cereal. That's exactly what you are.
Jared reminds me of chocolate milk.
Yes. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, what would I be?
I'm the chocolate milk left
After
after
Cocoa
Cocoa
Puffs.
Puffs.
That's the best.
Was that? That's the worst sneeze I've ever heard. In
That
my
is
life. You got to fix your sneeze.
Horrible.
Okay, you are
Sugar's
Fruit
almost done.
Loops.
Fruit Loops. Why Fruit Loops?
I meant to say tricks. Wait, no. You're not Captain Crunch. And you're not Lucky Charms. That's what I am.
I was going to say Captain Crunch.
I feel like a Captain Crunch.
Because she's sugary, right? You know, and like she can be nice.
What does that mean, Jared?
I said nice and sweet, okay? But also, she'll razor blade the hell out of your mouth.
I was thinking that, the roof of your mouth. Wait, where'd you get the nice and sweet part from?
Wow, that's so true. That's exactly what I'm like.
Nice and sweet?
Yeah.
When?
Just not to you.
To who? I've never seen one person.
I called Jared and I said, good night, Jared.
Yeah.
You only called me because I hung up on you.
That's not true.
You didn't want to call Jared.
It's a lie. I actually really like talking to Jared.
Thank you.
Says the guy that says Jared roommate. I have Jared Bailey in my phone, so watch your mouth.
Yeah. All right. This next question, how do you deal with your bad habits?
Well, Indy just continues the bad habit until it's not even a habit anymore. It's just like a way of life. But for me, I like to, don't. She threw that thing at me. That was assault with a deadly weapon. That was assault.
All right, guys.
And we're back. We're friends
that
again.
That was a 4-episode run. I'm canceling
Dude,
the
that
podcast
was so good.
after that.
I love you for that. What were we talking about? Oh, how do we get rid of bad habits? Okay, for me, I have to cut cold turkey. Like, I haven't had a soda. Like, I used to drink soda every day, and then I haven't had it in like 7 years now. No,
it was 9. You said 9.
9 years now. I haven't had a soda. Yeah, for me, I just have to cut cold turkey. But I understand that's a hard method. Maybe just like wean yourself off, do it a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less.
That's kind of how I am. If a bad habit, I just got to cut cold turkey. I can never wean myself off.
All right.
Next question.
This next question. I don't know if any of you guys have went through this, but my parents have recently split up, and I just need some help getting through it because my mom's on drugs and stuff. So any advice?
I think as long as you make sure that it's not like you can't let it reflect upon you, whether like whatever they're saying, you have to just make sure that you understand that it's it's for the best for them and they're adults and that's their situation that they've got to try and figure out. Yeah. Like don't blame yourself because it's never your fault. It never is your fault and it's something that you've got to like.
And they might have negative emotions towards you, but you got to understand they're just in a bad headspace and they probably don't mean it. And divorce has never happened where two people are in love with each other. So that's like a good thing. It's like they're both going to be happier people after this is done.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely better. Like sometimes, 2 homes are better than one.
I, for one, have been through quite a few divorces. Shout out mom and dad.
Been through one?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You just got to try to keep the love, even if there's a lot of hate.
Find the silver lining.
Find the silver lining. Silver Linings Playbook, Indy.
All right.
Good job on the salt comment. All right.
Thank you.
My question is, how do you get more confident in yourself? Because I feel like I am not confident in myself. I hate the way I look and everything. I'm not confident in myself. And I just want to know how to get more confidence because it's not that easy for me to be confident. It takes a lot for me to be confident in something. And that's it. And love you, Indy, but I'm a ride or die team Zach all the way.
Let's go, baby.
I knew it was going there.
I liked him. I was like, oh man, I love this kid.
I was about to compliment your curls too and everything.
He doesn't need your compliment. The boys got him.
I was like, that dude's got a solid head of hair. I'm jealous.
Well, that's one thing you should be confident about. You got the best hair in the room.
I was about to be out here hyping you up, and then you said you're a team Zach member, and that hurt.
Listen, we may be small, but we're strong. We're strong. But with the confidence thing, you have to find out what you're good at and just really focus on it. Because if you put me in a room of fishermen, I'm not going to feel confident because I don't know anything about it. But like whatever you're good at, I would say just like double down on it and like put yourself in situations where you know a lot about the topic. And that way you're more confident in the situation. And also like another thing is just almost fake it till you make it. Like you have to like fake that you're confident, that you're confident, you're confident. You put on this like this act almost, but I feel like eventually you'll train your body and then one day you're going to be like, oh wow. Like I'm not even thinking about being confident anymore. Like watch YouTube videos on like charisma and things like that. Like study people that have charisma. That helps out a lot. And it's really just being comfortable in your own skin, which is hard. It's like just be comfortable in your own skin, which is hard to tell somebody to do, but it's really about just repetition of telling yourself what you're good at and that you add value to the room.
I agree.
So the next question, I really like this one. I think you guys might be able to answer it really well. But they said, I've always wanted to be an actor, but I have a really bad stutter problem. How do you think I should cope with this problem?
Wow. Honestly, I'm gonna be so honest with you. In the acting world, they're always looking for new things and new different things. And I think maybe, a few years back, that wouldn't have been okay. But I think honestly, work with it. You were born like that. That's how God made you, or whatever higher power you believe in, or if you even believe in one. But you're made that way for a reason. And honestly, like, I've seen so many successful people like in the acting world with stutters, and it's like
like that comedian that stutters,
Drew Lynch. Dude,
Yeah.
I think he's hilarious.
So
like, make that your thing.
make it your thing. You own it. Like, I honestly
and that
think,
also makes you stand out in the room because you're not like anybody else.
Yeah.
It's just about owning it. Really,
Own it.
anything. That's with anything in life. You just own it. People are gonna be like, "Oh, he's owning it, so that must be cool." Because like people don't know anything better than anybody. Nobody knows what's going on in the world.
This next question.
Oh, she's Team Zach. I can tell.
Andy. So my question for you guys is, do you have any tips for my sophomore year to help myself not get so overwhelmed on schoolwork and to stop procrastination, because I tend to procrastinate a lot. Thank you guys, and by the way, I'm Team Indy.
What the hell?
Go get bodied, Zach. I knew it. I saw her. I said, she's one of me.
No, we're putting her in the ring
She's-
with the guy that's Team Zach, and we're gonna
See what
box it
happens.
out.
My girl's
okay?
gonna win. I
No
actually
chance.
do have some tips for you. I was a huge procrastinator, but I was also dealing with like a lot of work in my sophomore year, like outside of school. Like I was dealing with a lot of so I definitely procrastinated. And I think the best thing that you can do, this is what worked for me. I used to get sidetracked on like social media and YouTube and stuff. I'd block those websites from my phone and from my computer, get all my work done. I'd set a timer, and then like I'd also set like a time, like it was all timed. Like I'd set like 2 hours nonstop work, 10-minute break, 2 hours, not like I'd do that and make sure I had it all timed, because otherwise you're just never going to get it done. The minute I have the work in my hand, I do my best to just get it done and get it out of the way.
There's actually a formula. I don't know who came up with it, but it really helps. So like some scientists figured it out. But anyway, for procrastination, you set a timer and you work on your thing for 25 minutes straight, and then you get a 5-minute break to go on whatever you want, any social media, anything you want. After that, then you time it. Once that 5 minutes up, straight back to the 25 minutes, and then 5 minutes off. And you do that till you get your work done. And then if like something is happening during that 25 minutes that pops into your mind, like, oh, I really want to check that, you just write it down on a piece of notebook paper. It's like, okay, I'll check this during my 5 minutes. That way you're not thinking about it, but you still remember it. So 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off.
I like that.
It's a good
I
system.
like that too.
I'm more of like I know that those systems work. That's why I suggested it to her. I'm more of like I sit down for 5 or 6 hours and just get everything done at once.
You
Like,
get in the zone.
I get in my zone. Once I'm in my zone, you cannot get me out of it. Like I remember I was studying for the chess bee, and I like for 2 weeks straight, for 5 hours a day, I would sit down with my tutor and we would just do work for 5 hours straight. It was intense.
So normal school. So just school, and that's even 2 hours
No, that
less.
was after school. That was literally after school.
Let's get into some relationship advice.
Oh, I don't like these questions.
Why is that?
Why?
Oh, Team Zach.
Hey, wait. Yeah, he's
Easy.
Team Zach for sure.
Easy money.
Howdy podcast. So
Love him.
me and my girl, we were talking, right? And I found out she hasn't watched Avatar: Last Airbender. I
Oh,
was like, so you wanna watch it? She said no.
Hard
I
pass.
wanna watch some little kid show. So obviously, she's a no-go, right? I gotta end it.
End it.
Gotta quit it while I can.
Quit it.
Also, Team Zach all the way, baby.
Knew it.
let's go, baby.
Yeah, no. Say bye.
Yeah, she's gone.
Oh, no. Avatar you haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I actually started watching it.
No, you didn't.
I
Did you
didn't.
really?
No, but I promise you this, I've been wanting to watch it. And after I had this full-on conversation with Zach about it the other day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and watch it because
And
I
have
bet you it is really good.
No, you haven't.
Because
That's
I've been doing things.
I'm talking to the boys right now. Listen, you got to get rid of that girl right now. That's not a girl you marry. That's not a girl you take home to mom. That's a girl you dump, okay? Avatar: The Last Airbender is the best thing to ever happen to humanity. And if she can't respect that, she can't respect you or your relationship. So think about that, okay?
Also, on a serious note, as a relationship, the fact that she doesn't want to
Do something that you're interested in.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's messed up.
It's messed up.
Yeah,
It's over.
It's gone. She out of here. This says, I have a friend, and she and I have been friends for over 3 years now. I've got feelings for her, and I don't know how to tell her because I don't want to ruin the friendship. Hashtag Zach Squad.
Zach Squad, baby. We stay up.
Hey, next time, pick Team Indy questions, please.
Well, there aren't any.
I think that's difficult. I've been in a situation like that before, and it's like really difficult to figure out if like if this is worth it or not. If you guys are good enough friends and you express your feelings for one another and they're mutual, your friendship won't last anyway. If you guys both have feelings for each other and one of you sees you in another relationship, it's not going to go down well either way, because there's going to be jealousy, and like you need to, if both of you have those feelings, you can't control that. Like I don't think you should stop it just because you're friends. If anything, it's going to create a stronger relationship, and if not, you guys try it, it doesn't work, you guys should be close enough of friends, and if it didn't end badly, like to just continue your friendship afterwards.
Dude, life's too short. Go after it.
Go for it.
Like I used to contemplate like way too much. Now it's like, if you like a girl, just go for her.
Dude, there's so many
life's
times
way too short, and especially if she's your best friend and like you guys hang out all the time. Those are the best kind of relationships.
That's how. Yeah, you want your partner to be like your best friend.
Yeah.
So I think you're in a pretty good
starting. Yeah, you're in a good spot.
Dude,
just
go for it. Team
Absolutely
Zach,
go for
I love
it.
you. I will hug you soon.
I kind of like this question, Indy. I feel like you can answer this. Any advice on a girl making the first move? P.S. I love you guys, and I think you're super funny.
Ooh.
Please do it, women. Please.
I've made the first move many times. In most of my relationships, I've made the first move. Like my last relationship, I made the first move for the first kiss. Like it was all like I made a lot of first moves. I think go for it. Like if you're gonna sit around and wait for something to happen because society tells you that the man needs to make the first move, it's not. No, just go for it. The worst that can happen is he rejects you. Like, who cares?
And guys,
like he or she might reject you. Like, who cares? But guys love it when you make the first move.
Make the first move.
Well,
please.
Because in society, I feel like they have a lot of, I'm not gonna act like you guys don't go through struggles. Like, they have a lot of pressure in relationships to, you know, be the one to ask the girl on the date, to make the first move, all those things, which are very nerve-wracking. And I think in a way, if you guys share those experiences together in a relationship at the beginning, it makes you guys stronger as a couple. So I don't know, go for it. Do whatever you want. Like, I don't think you should be like, I mean, it's a nerve-wracking thing to make the first move, but if you don't do it,
and with that said, I believe all girls should try this out. My DMs are open at Zach Justice on Instagram, by the way. 18 over plus, please. And let me know. Tell me if you want. If anybody wants to hug, that'd be cool. Next question.
All right, this question is about a friendship relationship, but still a relationship.
Ooh, love the filter.
Hi, my question is, what do you do when your like best friend's slipping away from you and like drifting and getting closer with someone else? Like, any advice on what to do in that situation? Love you guys.
Here's my thought process. Maybe that's just the way it's meant to be sometimes. Like, maybe sometimes they're in your life for that specific moment and you guys go your separate ways and you find yourself a new friend group or a new best friend, and that's how it is. Like, I don't think you should force somebody to like be around. It could be nothing that you've done. It just could be that you guys are now two different people and you guys have developed and changed, and that's okay. That's totally fine. And maybe you guys just don't click anymore. I think
maybe the girl doesn't even know, though. Maybe just have a dialogue about it. Just talk with her.
Talk about it.
This is kind of how I feel. Like, I feel like you're drifting a little bit, and like we have so much fun together. And then maybe like something happens where you guys can be best friends with the girl she's going towards anyway. And it's like a much bigger thing now. Now you got another friend. Yeah. I don't know. I think everything in life can be fixed with a conversation.
Definitely have a conversation with her about it. And if she's feeling like maybe you guys aren't clicking as much as you used to, then adventure out. Go find some new friends in any way. Take up some new hobbies. Well, guys, we have come to the end of our podcast. Whoa. Episode 4, babies. Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 4 of the podcast. Make sure to continue to DM your questions and your videos to Dropouts Pod on Instagram. I'm Zach. Wait, I'm Indiana.
Wow.
Nailed it. Now she thinks she's me. Anyway, segue to only follow me on Instagram at Zach Justice and no one else.
At Indiana and at Jare Bear Music.
I'm going to do another shameless plug. My song Lose You 2 is out now by the time you're listening to it. Lose You 2 featuring Emerson, available everywhere.
Also, if you want to see me twerking, please DM me.
Bye.
Indiana is a girl. She thinks she's cool.
I am cool.
Stop.
This is the man wearing a cardigan.
This is a nice cardigan.